Well, from gas prices to grocery prices, inflation has really impacted almost every aspect of a person's life, and that includes their love life these days.
Yeah, but it's not just the date itself. It's also the years of being on dating app that is draining some people's bank accounts.
Yeah, it makes sense. Joining us now with cost-saving and date ideas that will not make you look cheap is Marnie Kinrys, founder of the Wing Girl Method. Marnie, nice to have you with us.
Thanks for having me here.
Well, this makes a lot of sense, but there's a survey out there that found 20% of people are actually dating less because it costs so much money to go out. Is there any truth to that?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've seen that in my own practice as well. People are taking a lot more time to select who they want to go out with and spend their hard-earned dollars on, which is amazing, in my opinion. It's like back in COVID times where people were dating a little bit slower, getting to know somebody, and then saying, let's go out and potentially, get COVID together.
All right, so Marnie, you're going to help some people out. What are some ways that you can save money on dates?
You can start being really creative. And the truth is that a lot of women like that. The more creative you can be with less money invested is better for everybody. So you can go on hikes, you can go for walks, you can go to museums, you can go to the planetarium. My husband and I, our first date was going to a farmer's market, right? So the most you can spend is $10 on really expensive strawberries. There's so many options of things that you can do. And then the colder months are coming up. You can go ice skating, you can go sledding, you can grab a hot chocolate and go walk around downtown. There's so many wonderful things. And the thing is that shows like The Bachelor and Bachelorette franchise, that dating sequence works really well because they're all doing experiential dating rather than sitting across from each other and just talking. So if you start factoring that into your own dating life, you can have bachelor-like dating lives, which is wonderful. Experiences make you bond more. So it's definitely something that is great to go along with inflation.
And I think you learn a lot about somebody else, right? If they have a fear of
Absolutely.
heights, if
they're competitive.
Right. That you learn a lot.
Exactly.
Well,
and it makes it fun and easier to flirt.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, so there was a study that also found that couples are moving in together a lot sooner these days so they can save on housing costs. What do you think about that? I mean, I don't know. That seems that it could be too much too fast.
I mean, if you want to save money, get a roommate. Don't have your boyfriend or girlfriend move in with you unless you're ready for that and that's where you were going to anyway. But I would not use that as a cost-cutting thing to do for yourself.
No, I mean that really impedes your single, your single life.
Okay, what about people when they first start dating? They may not know what the other's financial situation is, and since money is one of those taboo topics, is it something you should mention to make sure you're both on the same page?
Yes, definitely. Money is a huge issue and a huge value. And if you're not on the same page, it can cause major havoc later in life. I will say my husband and I were not on the same page financially. And that was a huge struggle in our relationship in the very beginning. Now we've moved closer together. He's influenced me. I've influenced him. And it's been beneficial for both of us. But I think that it is wonderful to start talking kind of about money in the second or third date. So I'm saying in a roundabout way where you can bring up stories about something that has to do with money or a third person scenario that you can bring up, not directly asking, what are your thoughts on money?
A friend of mine, I know somebody who said, all right, what is the average amount that you spend when you're out there typically on a first date?
So the study that you were talking about before from dating.com, they were saying that back in July of 2021, when it was like the roaring 20s and everybody was back out, they were spending, I think it was 83% of people said they wanted to spend $100 plus on dates. And now people today who were surveyed are saying they don't want to spend over $50. And the truth is, you don't have to have a good date. You can spend $50 or less and have an amazing date.
Yeah.
All right,
Unless you go for drinks in New York City.
Right.
That's true.
Dinner. Okay, so it's not just the actual date that costs money. You say the dating apps make a sizable dent in people's wallet. What are some ways that people can meet people for free?
You can meet people for free. There's this amazing site called meetup.com where you can go onto it and explore the options that are available to you in a setting that you really enjoy. There's hiking groups, there's arcade groups, there's dating over 40 groups, there's dating in your 20s groups. Some of them do have a small fee, but most of them do not. And if you can't find anything on meetup.com in your area, then going to something called Google, which most of us know what it is, and just searching for meetups in my area, hangouts for singles, and see what pops up.
Just go
Right.
outside.
I know, right?
Exactly, or just go outside. Absolutely. Get involved in your community, right?
yeah,
So
that's
if you're a single parent, get involved in the school at the PTA and see if there's ways you can interact with people. Or if you are religious, go get involved with the church in some way. There's so many communities that are built up that are free that you can become a part of and meet other people who are single.
Really is about going about your life, right? And
Yep.
finding out along the way. Marnie, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Nice
Hope we
to
have you
meet
back
you.
soon.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. Well, to see more of Marnie's dating tips and for help finding the one, follow her on social media at Wing Girl Method.